Hello everyone, my name is Anton and welcome back to another video. Of course, this is the last video of 2018 where we're going to take a look at my video game collection and see how much it's grown, because I didn't make a video in 2017 about that. So yeah, it's going to be the first collection. Of course, I hope you guys enjoy it. Please excuse the awful microphone, because honestly I didn't use a microphone during the recording of my collection just because, yeah, I can't really carry it around with me as I do the collection tour, so yeah, the audio won't sound good. But of course, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and comment down below what you think, and let's get into today's video. So anyway guys, let's start the tour, starting with all the way down here on my dresser. Let's open this. So this is just a bin that has a lot of just miscellaneous things that I don't really use too much. I mean, I have my controllers and stuff, and some adapters and stuff like that, even some chargers for my DS consoles, but nothing too insane. As you can see, I have this DS as well, and yeah, as you can see, it hasn't had the best life. I plan to give it a new form, in that I'll just take off this part. Yeah, I'll probably do a video on that soon, eventually, so yeah, just some random interesting stuff like a case, the zapper, just miscellaneous pieces, to be honest with you. Nothing insane. Next here, I have my Mario statue that has my DS here. This DS does not really work well. I mean, it works, but the hinge is totally gone, so there's no point in me using that since I have a lot of other DS consoles I can play games on. But I just put the Mario edition there just because it looks pretty cool. Because I have some stylus here. I have R4 card. Definitely I'll do a setup video about this guy here. This is where I have all my DS games so I can play it on my 3DS. And as you can see here, I have my Game Boy size. Pretty big, actually. It came off of a shelf. I'll put a picture on the screen right now so you can see how it actually looked like. But this is a pretty cool display piece here. It's licensed too, so I like to have a lot of licensed stuff in my collection. Let's move on over here. As you can see, we have a Minecraft torch. It lights up as well. It's pretty cool. Here we have a Pokeball kind of decoration piece. And then I have a whole bunch of duplicate manuals and stuff like that. And even some manuals that don't have the box for yet. Next, as you can see, I have my Nintendo sign, and I'm actually going to show you guys right now how it looks like. As you can see, it's actually pretty cool. It's actually licensed and came off of a game store of some sort. I don't know what store it is, but it's definitely a really, really cool piece to have here, and it's licensed as well, which is pretty nice. Continuing up here, I have a whole bunch of Mario figures, starting with Waluigi, way down to Lakitu and Bullet Bill. Yeah, I think they look pretty cool. I mean, they're not the best looking figures in the world, I definitely prefer Amiibos, but these are the next best thing. Over here, we have the NES controller. I bought a second one just because apparently they were being sold out, so I bought a second one. Here we have Wii Sports Resort, one of my favorite games, so I'm glad that I put it up there as well. Now let's go down here, starting with my Game & Watches, and I've done a video of my Game & Watch collections as well, so I'll definitely leave a link. You'll probably see it right now, shouldn't have it on the screen. But as you can see, I have Bomb Sweeper, Donkey Kong, all Panic. Those are all my dual screen ones. They look pretty cool. I mean, I'm so glad that, you know, none of them are broken or anything like that, because you definitely don't find them in pristine condition these days. And I have one of the older Game & Watches and two of my favorites. This is 100% my favorite one, Fire, just because I like the look of it, and it's actually super smart for the stage, so there's that as well. Next, here I have my Game Boy printer. I definitely love the Game Boy, and it's one of my favorite accessories for it, and I'll definitely, here you can see a card as well in the upper right corner. I'll show you a video about the Game Boy printer and camera. As you can see, I made a picture as well. You'll see this in the video. But as you can see, it actually kind of worked. I mean, I didn't try it a lot, so that was the first attempt, but it works, I guess. So here we have the Game Boy camera. It's a pretty cool, obscure piece, and it's one of my favorite things to have in my collection. Next, I have the Game Boy Transfer Pack and the Rumble Pack for the Nintendo 64, and the e-reader, which I do not have any cards yet at the moment. Then I have just another keychain of Mario kicking a soccer ball. Yeah, pretty strange. And then here I have the SNES and NES Classics. I just put them here for now. These are just the boxes. I have them downstairs to my TV, so I can just, you know, plug and play, and I've hacked them as well. I plan to do a video of that soon as well, because I think they should all be hacked, to be honest with you. Next, let's move on down here and take a look at the main consoles and stuff like that. So here I have just a Game Boy Color in the box. It's just a teal one. I mean, the system's not in the greatest condition, but I just put it there just because it looked kind of cool with the box. Here I have my 3DS. Pretty cool. Here I have F1 Race in box. I like this because it actually comes with the 4-player adapter as well. It's a pretty cool looking box art as well. Here we have my DS Lite. I personally like to play the DS Lite more than the 3DS just because I think the D-pad's in a much more comfortable place than this. So yeah, that's why I use that. Here's my DSi, which I recently refurbed actually. It was pretty ugly, but luckily I've been able to get it to look at a nice, you know, state. Here I have my Game Boy Advance SP. This is what I usually play my Game Boy Advance games on. I have 2 101s and just one, you know, normal Game Boy Advance SP, but this is definitely my favorite way to play my Game Boy games. Here we have the original DS, because I think it's a little bit more an older system, and it's a pretty cool looking system compared to its younger brother. So yeah, definitely a really cool looking model. Here we have the Game Boy Advance, just, you know, the regular Glacier looking one. It's one of my favorite systems as well. I would like to get a backlit one day, or even buy another one just to make it backlit, because I think this is the best way to play Game Boy Advance games than that. But yeah, I usually use that just because it has a backlit screen instead. This doesn't. Next we have the Game Boy Micro, and this is one of my favorite Game Boys, to be honest with you. It's a little crammed, yes, but it's honestly very cool. One of my favorite Game Boys to play games on. It's cool how it lights up and stuff like that, and you don't really see these around too much these days. Next, moving up here, we have my Game Boy Color, one of my favorite video game consoles as well. My original Game Boy is actually what the collection started with, believe it or not. And to see it come so far, it's pretty cool. Here we have the Game Boy Pocket, one of my other favorite Game Boys, and the Game Boy Light, which is one of the latest additions to the Game Boy library that helped me complete it. So I'm very happy to complete all of the Game Boy line of handhelds, and I'm almost there with the entirety of the Nintendo handhelds. I'm just missing some of the 3DS systems, which I'm pretty much waiting until they go down in price, and I'm missing the DSi XL. But other than that, I have mostly all the older systems. But the Game Boy Light is definitely one of my favorite systems. Moving on down, let's take a look at some of my favorite games. So you can see here we have some of my boxes. I have, like, for example, Pokemon, Baseball, Super Mario Brothers Deluxe. Some of these don't have the games inside just because they're over here, but we'll take a look at that after. I even had the Wario Land for Virtual Boy, Pokemon Silver, Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance, Donkey Kong Country. I didn't put cases on all these yet. I'm still looking for those to put them on. So yeah, that's gonna be probably a future video. Be Tetris, and have the Game Boy cleaning kit as well. And then I have something that's really obscure. I honestly, to be honest, don't know what these are. And these are kind of like floppy disk cards. I don't know what these are. There's a Yoshi one as well. I just think that they're just DOS formatted for zip disk drives. That's what it says, so I'm thinking, but they're just kind of interesting, and I haven't been able to find anything online. If you know what these are, make sure to comment down below, and yeah, because I honestly have no idea what these are. But yeah, they're pretty cool. Next, here we have some of my 4 Virtual Boy games. I have another one, but it's in bad condition, so it's in my Virtual Boy too. Here we have Virtual Boy Wario Land, one of my favorite Virtual Boy games. We have a Red Alarm, which is a pretty cool game. We have Mario Tennis, or actually no, Mario's Tennis. And we have Mario Clash. So yeah, just some of my Virtual Boy games. I mean, yeah, exactly. I guess if you could say I'm a bit almost there from completing the entire Virtual Boy set in terms of I have 5, and the system only has like 14 games, so yeah, I'm almost there. Over here, as you can see here, are my Game Boy games, and this is my, display that I've created. I mean, have an extra kind of these bars here. They're just, I just put an extra one just so I could have an extra row of Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. We have like Super Mario Brothers 3, a Mario Kart Super Circuit, Fire Red, Leaf Green. You have like Zelda, Oracle, and Seasons. We have Super Mario Brothers Deluxe, Pokemon Crystal. Here we have Super Mario Land, Tetris, Metroid, Super Mario Land, all of the Pokemon games that I finally completed. I have some of the Kirby games. I'm still missing 2 of them, which would be Star Stacker, and there's another puzzle game as well that I'm missing, but overall, I'm kind of have some basic sets, and like I have all the launch titles, but these are just my best looking games that I like to put on my shelf here. I do have more games, we're going to take a look at that after, but these are my best games that I have for display, because I just love the art of the games too. Not just do I love to play them, but I just love the way they look, and yeah, they're pretty cool looking. Over here, we have my box of just games in general. Supposedly I have like a Game Genie for NES, just like stuff like this, Zelda, Donkey Kong 64, Beetle Racing Adventure, Banjo-Kazooie. As you can see, I don't really have anywhere to put these right now. N64 cartridges aren't exactly easy to store in any way, shape, or form. So right now, as you can see, like Smash Brothers, I always put that in my N64, but right now all of them are in here, just because where on earth am I gonna put this kind of stuff? But yeah, for now, everything is just gonna stay in here until I find a good way to store them. Moving on, here's one of my arcade machines. I did a video on these too, unboxing. They're pretty cool. They work as well, and this actually runs the arcade version. Surprisingly, they're not like some kind of LCD looking game. Here's some of my NES games that I have just on my shelf. Here, these are some of the best ones, like Super Mario Brothers 3. They all have their sleeves as well, so yeah. Zelda 2, for example. These are quite new to the collection, so I haven't really cleaned them yet, so I hope to do that soon, but these are just some of my best games up here, if you want to take a look at them. There's Tetris, Super C, Rad Racer, Ice Hockey, Dragon Warrior, Dr. Mario, Star Tropics, and Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. Here we have some of my 3DS games and DS games. Now, I don't have very much of these games. This was just a recent addition to the collection, which was Link Between Worlds. But yeah, pretty much I just have new Super Mario Bros. 2, Tomodachi Life, Super Mario Maker 3DS, Super Mario 3D Land, Link Between Worlds, WarioWare DIY, which is honestly one of my favorite WarioWare games because you get to build it yourself, the Legendary Starfy, and I have new Super Mario Brothers as well. Here we have some of my GameCube games as well. We have Super Smash Bros. Melee, Mario Kart Double Dash, Luigi's Mansion. I have the Nintendo GameCube preview disc, which has some actually beta games. That's why I bought it, so I can try it with the Game Boy link cable from the GameCube. We have Paper Mario Thousand Year Door and Super Mario Sunshine. Moving on to the Wii, as you can see, I have a lot of games here, but probably my favorite ones would be Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, Super Mario Bros. Wii is fun as well. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and I'm pretty much playing through Paper Mario, Super Mario now. It's one of my favorite games, honestly. Kirby's Epic Yarn is fun, and I still have to complete the Subspace Emissary on Super Smash Bros. Brawl. But overall, those are some of my favorite games. Up here we have some of my Switch games: Mario Kart 8, Zelda, Splatoon 2, Mario Odyssey, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Minecraft, Nintendo Labo, Toy-Con, and I have Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. So as you can see, that's the entire shelf done, and let's take a look at the other parts of the collection. Oh yeah, and I also want to mention here I have the, I actually made this myself. It's just for games. I just usually put some Nintendo DS cartridges that I'm using a lot. That way I don't have to put them back and forth, because I find this really annoying when you're trying to play a game. So yeah, that's basically it. And let's move on. So anyway, let's start down here. As you can see here are my main consoles. I have my Nintendo 64 with my game controller here. I do have a matching one. But personally, I love this one because the thumbstick is just way better than that other one that actually comes with the Smoky console. I have the expansion pack in here, which helps to play games like Majora's Mask and stuff like that. Here I have my Game Gear as well. This is actually a pretty cool system. I don't really play it too much. I had the capacitors redone on it, but I don't exactly use it too much. It uses 6 batteries. I have a couple games, not so many, but yeah, it's part of my collection. I usually put it on top of my GameCube here. Yeah, my GameCube with my memory card. I have the Wavebird just because I like to not stay so close to the GameCube with a wire, but I do have the wired version as well. I have the Game Boy Player over here as well. I would love to get a Japanese bottom that's silver, because they did make it because I'd be able to match with my controllers and my system. But it's also nice because I can play Smash Brothers with the adapter and a wireless GameCube controller. I know some people might be saying it has lag compared to a wired controller, but I would just love the ease, honestly. And I mean, if you change the channel to a very different one, sometimes maybe the lag will be less noticeable. Here's my NES, and right now I have one of those bootleg 501 or something like that. Honestly, there's actually a lot of games on that bootleg cartridge, honestly. A lot of them aren't dumb as well. I mean, you have like those Mario 14 and Mario 7, but honestly, there's some good games on that system as well. Here I have the Nintendo 4-Score as well. This is usually how I connect my controllers. Right now I have this kind of joystick. I haven't really tested it yet, but as you can see, I just usually put turbo or something like that. But it works pretty well, and I just have it on top of my Panasonic 3DO, which I play some of Street Fighter and other games as well. Over here we have my amiibos. Fox, Mario from the Mario Brothers Anniversary, the 30th one. And I have Link from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And personally, these figures look really cool in my collection. I would like to get some more, but right now I don't have so many. Here we have the Power Glove and a Rubik's Cube. Power Glove I haven't actually tested yet because I need a bigger CRT TV, and also about my CRT TV, honestly, it's pretty cool. For the games it plays, it's honestly fantastic, and I use it with a lot of games, especially for my GameCube as well. It works pretty well. But yeah, it's definitely a good TV. It fits the size as well. If I had anything bigger, I wouldn't be able to fit 2 shelves, and we'll get to those shelves after, but as you can see, just playing Super Mario Bros. Melee works perfectly fine on it. Moving on, as you can see here, I have the Game Boy Player disc. I like to keep it right here just because one of those more rare pieces I have. McDonald's, Mario, I have a Petrol Emotions. I was obsessed with these at one point, but honestly, they're actually pretty cool, make a lot of noise, but yeah, part of my collection, they look pretty cool. Over here, I have actually a keychain Game & Watch. Classic. I mean, it's not exactly old school, but it's from like the late 90s, and I think it's a pretty cool piece. We have Hey Pikachu complete in box with the microphone and everything like that. We have all my N64 games in a box. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, Mario Kart 64, both of the Zelda games, Mario Party 3, 2, and the original. We have Super Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, and Diddy Kong Racing and Yoshi Story. And here we have the collector's edition of Majora's Mask. It's the 3D one. I don't know, probably on camera you can't see that, but yeah, it's pretty much my N64 game collection area. Here's my Virtual Boy, and this is one of my favorite consoles as well. I love playing some games on it. I mean, it's not the greatest system in the entire world, to be honest with you, but from time to time I might even peek into it just to see what's up. And up here I have one of those Pixel Pals. And then I have my Nintendo Entertainment System action set, completely in box. My Nintendo Switch is all the way up there. Well, there's nothing in it, it's just a box, but I like to look at it. I have my expansion pack in the box. And I have the Nintendo 64, just the regular box, not a special edition or anything. There's no N64 or anything like that inside it. I have that one downstairs, the one that was in it. Just because I like to play some on a bigger screen, not that it looks good, but at least I can play some of the games downstairs. So anyway, let's take a look at the rest of my Game Boy collection here. Here I have just some Game Boy games. I might even do a better just look at all my games in a future date. But as you can see here, just some of my Game Boy games. I have Game Boy Color, some of the gray and black cartridges, and some of the Game Boy Advance cartridges. Not that I have lots of GBA, but I even have a Nintendo DS section. Yeah, there's not very many games there, but it's just basic stuff here. And I'd love to even fill this up bigger. I mean, it's getting big already. I didn't expect to get as much games as I finally did, but yeah, and I did the whole custom art myself. Let's continue with this area here. Here I have just a bunch of random, not very good NES games. I mean, Crystal, this is pretty cool, but I haven't tried all of these yet. I even have Jackal somewhere mixed in these NES games. And yeah, I mean, I also have the Super Mario display for McDonald's. These are pretty cool. I'm glad to finally have this in my collection. I mean, it's not like they need it, so yeah, it's pretty cool. I even have the Nintendo Labo Toy-Con piano. This is one of my favorite pieces to build. Especially it actually works. It's fully functional. As you can see here, I have a wonderful poster of Super Mario Odyssey. One of the coolest things I got in my collection ever. Honestly, it looks pretty cool and fills up the space perfectly on my wall. Some more miscellaneous stuff as well, including a Wii box, Nintendo Labo box, and a couple more Toy-Cons here. For my microphone, some of the stuff I use for filming. And that's pretty much it in terms of the collection for 2018. I do have a bit more controllers and stuff like that, and more Wii games, but nothing much that I really want to show, because those are just shovelware games, and it's not like I care about those, to be honest with you. And that's pretty much it in terms of the collection. If you guys want to see just a Game Boy one, maybe, I would love doing that. See some other video ideas, make sure to leave them in the comment box down below. Not that I have any ideas, but I just want to hear you guys' opinion. But anyway guys, thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a thumbs up, and we'll see you in 2019. Goodbye. Anton Retro signing out.